Hello and welcome back to the Sam Beast YouTube channel. My name is David.foxen, and as always, before we start, please do not forget to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel out. We haven't really kind of just stopped and had a chat and done one of these videos in quite a long time. There's no script, there's no plan, it's not one of those polished ones. We have a couple of those that I'm finishing editing coming out in the coming weeks. But something that I really wanted to talk about that has been almost a hot topic within not only ITAM but within some organizations recently, and that's all kind of demand management but also setting user expectations. We are seeing the new wave of IT and business professional entering into the organization and the working environment. Now, these professionals that are joining the organizations, they've grown up with technology, right? They've grown up with iPads and iPhones and laptops and app stores and stuff, instantly at their disposal that's really easy to get hold of, Amazon Prime, next day delivery, etc., etc. They then enter the working environment, and I've noticed a lot seem to expect the same kind of service they get at home within an organization. If they request a new phone, a new laptop, whatever it is that they're requesting, and they've got all of their approvals, when you turn around to them and say, well, actually, we don't hold stock on site, we've got one at an external warehouse, or if you've run out of stock and you've actually got to order one in, or you're waiting on stock to come in, they seem quite surprised at the delivery times that organizations have to face when ordering hardware in particular. But then you've got to think that a lot of these devices that you're ordering, they're probably CTO, custom to order. They're probably devices that aren't just sat there at the hardware supply just waiting for you to buy. You may have changed the keyboard layout, the RAM might be different, the hard drive might be different, the graphics card. There's all sorts of different things that contribute as to why it takes a bit more time for the hardware to reach you in a corporate organization. Then you've got the wonderful news that you have to give them that once we receive it, we've got to follow the goods received process. We've got to image it, we've got to asset tag it, we've got to make sure it's in the AMDB. And all of this obviously adds a bit more time into them finally getting the hardware so that they can go and enjoy their new hardware asset and look after it throughout the life cycle and not put any stickers on it. That's really important. Don't put stickers on your devices. So they can't quite fathom the fact that they've got to wait so long for a device. Fully understand that. I mean, even personally, me, whenever I order something from Amazon or whatever, it's almost, next day delivery, and in some cases that same day. So then when you're ordering stuff in a professional sense and it's a 10-day, 20-day, 30-day, etc. lead time, even I kind of have to question and go, that does seem a bit slow. Maybe we should try and get ITAM and hardware delivery and all of that kind of stuff, in parallel lines with the end user consumer experience. But yeah, obviously that's not going to happen. We're buying more. There's customization, like I said. So that's one thing that I've been noticing a lot recently, and it's something that ITAM has to adapt to. We have to set expectations. I need to explain and articulate and really communicate why it takes longer in a corporate environment than it would at home. You may also have internal approval processes. You may have internal recharging, all these kind of different processes in the background that the end user doesn't experience at home. They are the budget holder. They are the approver. They just go on an app and they buy whatever they want. That obviously doesn't happen in a corporate organization. This is less of an issue if you do hold hardware stock locally, and a lot of people that do hold it, again, still have to explain that, no, we can't just take it off a shelf and give it to you. Got to put our corporate image on it. Got to make sure the asset tag's updated. Got to make sure the AMDB and CMDB updated. All things that the new generation of professional aren't quite used to going through. I think that ITAM can play a key role here in just articulating and explaining why and what the delays are, or delays is the wrong term, what the waiting time represents and reflects, and why that's the case in the corporate world. The second thing is the availability of software. Again, and I think we've said this before, and I see it a lot again on LinkedIn, about how the new generation and all future generations of professional are going to be so used to just going onto an app store downloading a piece of software and having it immediately. I mean, I've got my phone somewhere, I don't know where it's gone, but I can literally go on an app store, find an app, and it's downloaded within seconds, and I'm on the app within seconds. A lot of organizations have combated this by using like a software center or a self-service portal, whereby all of the software available to the user is listed, and they can just install it and uninstall it whenever they want to. This is typically more for licenses that are site licenses, global network licenses, just general global licenses, freeware, open source, etc. Everything that's been validated by the organizations being able to be put into that software self-service, that software catalog, so that the user can then go and install it themselves. When it comes to licensable stuff, that typically doesn't normally happen. Obviously, you want to control your deployment, you want to control usage. You're not going to put everything you got licenses for into a self-service software center so they can all download it. You'll be non-compliant in no time and your bills will go through the roof. So then you have to explain to the new starter that there's a whole process. Your line manager needs to approve it. You need to provide valid business justifications to why you're using it. To do my job does not count as justification. We need to know exactly the features of the program that you're wanting to use, because it's so easy. For example, Adobe. It's so easy to say, I need Adobe Acrobat Pro to edit PDFs. But you can edit PDFs in Word. There are free PDF creators. Why do you need the professional version? There's also the standard version. So we need to know why you need the specific software that you're requesting, some use case, etc. Of course, that adds on more time. They've got to fill out justification. We've got to review it as the ITAM professional. Then you've got the whole license assignment, which doesn't take too long, but in some cases that might sync with Active Directory to give the user access so they can download it, etc., etc. It keeps growing and growing. This is not an issue. I'm not saying this is a problem and ITAM and organizations must go out there and fix it for the next generation. Everything must be instant. They should have their laptop ASAP. They should be able to have any software that they want. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, using the power of ITAM, we can be that middle person between the tech teams, between the hardware vendors, between the software vendors, to explain to the new generation and the new IT and business professionals why it takes that time, why it's not just instant like it would be at home. And I think that's something that, again, we can just add value on because we understand the relationships, we understand that supply chain. I really hope that's made sense. It's been on my mind for a few weeks now, and I feel like I just needed some therapy to get it out there and put it out there and see what you all think. I'd love to know your thoughts. Please leave a comment on YouTube, on LinkedIn, wherever you've seen this video. Yeah, really looking forward to your feedback on this one. Do we need to adapt in ITAM? Is the communication side of things enough? Or do we need to take it one step further and deliver software quicker, deliver hardware quicker? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, but obviously bearing in mind that we are ITAM, we want to maintain that control, maintain that optimization, and maintain that compliance. So it's a nice balance you got to find. And on that, I really hope you found these ramblings useful. Until next time, we hope to see you here at the Sam Beast YouTube channel. Happy ITAMing.